Hello everyone and welcome to Metro Matters. I'm Mary Sitt. Metro is launching the new bus network, a system of local routes that have been redesigned to make routes simpler, straighter, and faster. This new bus network will connect 1 million people to 1 million jobs. Here to tell us more is Luhrsen, Vice President of Service Planning and Transit System Reimagining. Thanks for being with us, Kurt.
My pleasure.
Okay, so we're saying the new bus network, more service, better service, your service. Let's talk about the more service part. How is Metro providing more service to its riders?
Sure, we're doing several different things. First, we are expanding the number of what we are calling red routes, routes that run very frequently, every 15 minutes or better, 7 days a week, at least 15 hours a day. So we're nearly doubling the amount of those routes that we have on weekdays and greatly expanding those numbers on Saturday and Sunday.
Now, how many of those routes will be in the red network?
There will be 22 different routes in the new network, and they will run 7 days a week.
Can you name some of the major thoroughfares that will be included?
Sure, they are Bel Air, Airline, Hardy-Kelly, Martin Luther King Boulevard, Bissonnet, Gessner.
Washington Avenue, I heard?
Washington Avenue. Antoine, so we have a number that are spread throughout the area.
Lots of frequent use of those. So that's called the red network, and then you have a blue and a green?
A blue and a green. So blue services are services that will run every 30 minutes or better. Many of them will run 15 minutes in the peak, but they will run a minimum of every 30 minutes all day on weekdays and all day on Saturday and Sunday. And those are meant to complement the red network and help get people to where they're going. And then we have what we are calling the green network. And these are routes that will run mostly every hour, but some will run every 30 minutes during peak times. And they are meant to provide neighborhood connections into the blue and red network so that people can make connections to their other routes or to the trains and get to where they need to go.
Now, how will someone know whether he or she's standing at a bus stop that's on the red network or the blue or the green?
That's a great question. One of the things that we're trying to do with the new bus network is help brand our service and help communicate what the service does, where it goes. And one of the ways that we're doing that is we're putting info posts at every single bus stop. Now that is a placard that's about 2 feet by 1 foot wide that will be on every bus stop pole, and it will give a linear map of where the route goes to so that you get a sense for where you can get to on it. And it will also have how frequent the bus runs in the peak and during all other times so that you'll know that if it says 15 or 12 or 10, that it's part of the red network. And then if it says 30 minutes, it will be part of the blue network, and then 60 would be part of the green network.
Now, Kurt, this new bus network is a plan that has been years in the making, had to get board approval, and it's huge. You've redesigned every local route, is that correct?
That's correct. This is the first time in Metro's 30-plus year history that we have comprehensively looked at all of the bus routes, looked at where people live, where they work. The Houston of today is very different from when Metro was created 30-plus years ago, and looked at how can we get people to their jobs, to their places of worship, to the grocery store, to recreational opportunities faster. So it was a huge undertaking looking at demographic data, talking to many of our customers and stakeholders throughout the region in trying to make the system simpler, faster, and better for people.
So do you think most people will like it when they try it, or will they be sort of tentative about it? We're already, at our last board meeting, we had a lot of people who expressed some concerns.
Yeah, I think it's natural. I think people in general are very apprehensive about change. And a lot of our bus riders have been riding Metro for a very long time. They are used to the 1, 2, or 3 routes that they use every day. And when you're telling me I'm going to have to ride a different bus route number, it might have a different name, it might be going somewhere different, it just causes some general anxiety. And Metro is going to spend a lot of time and effort going out into the community. We're going to be putting people on our buses and on our trains to help communicate the changes to those bus routes, putting information, as I said, on the info posts at every bus stop, putting information on our websites. I think we'll talk about some of the different technologies that we're going to make available on both the website and on smartphones for folks, as well as instructing all of our bus operators, our supervisors, and our customer service representatives about the new bus network so they can answer questions that we're going to inevitably get from our customers.
So just go to the same stop for 94% of the people, and it may have a different name on the sign or a different number, but don't worry, you're still going to get to your destination?
Right. There might be a different bus route that serves that stop, and they will need to learn where that bus route goes. We have what we are calling the dual trip planner online. So many of our customers and our customer service reps actually go in. A dual trip planner is just a fancy word for a piece of software where you type in where you're coming from and where you're going to. Okay. So you type in an address, you type in a cross street, what time you're going, and it gives you a trip itinerary. We have this new dual trip planner that has not only our existing system in it, but the proposed system that will start in August of this year, so that you can see side by side, here's the trip that I make today, here's how I make it today, and then you can see side by side, here's the new trip that I make with the new bus route numbers and what the information will be on the bus stop sign and header sign, as well as trip times for them on all different days of the week.
So they can be prepared ahead of time. And they can call our customer care service,
or call our
right?
customer care number at 713-635-4000. And our customer service reps have been trained on the new bus network and will be able to help them navigate what their new trip will look like.
Okay. Kurt, let's take a little break right now. When we come back, we'll tell you about some cool new tools to help you find your bus and get around on the new bus network. Stay with us. This summer, we've made it easier and faster for you to get into town. On weekends, we've opened up our HOV/HOT lanes inbound. You can drive on them from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So if you want to catch a baseball game, enjoy fine dining in the city, or go to the zoo, simply hop on the HOV/HOT lanes and avoid the gridlock. On weeknights, if you work late at the office or stay in town for an event, we have a fast way to get you home. All HOV/HOT lanes are now open 3 more hours, expanding from 8 to 11 p.m. If you're a single occupant driver, it will only cost $1 to drive with the extended hours or on weekends. Vehicles with 2 or more occupants can zip by on the lanes for free. So come into town on weekends and enjoy what Houston has to offer. Get there faster this summer with our new extended hours on our HOV/HOT lanes.
Where are you really going on the road less traveled? Probably nowhere really great. Give me the road more traveled, with dependable bus service that comes every 15 minutes or less. Throwing some weekend service too while you're at it. And more options for connections throughout the region. Yeah. See you later, road less traveled. Welcome to Metro's new bus network. All right.
We've been talking to Kurt Luhrsen, Vice President of Service Planning and Transit System Reimagining, and the go-to guy for the new bus network. A huge overhaul of our local routes that are designed to bring you buses every 15 minutes, 7 days a week on our frequent red network. Kurt, earlier you were talking about how we're making it better service, or more service. Now let's talk about how it's better service.
We live in a very big city, in a big region with lots of traffic congestion. And one of the ways that we're looking to improve our travel times on our buses is trying to avoid some of those locations where we suffer the most traffic delay. And that is specifically focused around at-grade freight crossings. We have a lot of freight trains throughout Houston, particularly in the northeast part of town, where our buses, just like all the cars, can sit for 5, 10, 20 minutes even.
20 minutes? Wow.
While we're waiting for a very long freight train to pass. So we have redesigned the network to reduce the number of times a bus crosses those freight crossings by 30%. So it is over 11,000 times a day that a Metro bus actually crosses one of these freight tracks on a typical weekday. So we're taking that number down 30% to around 8,000.
Now we also are introducing some technology tools that will help customers figure out how to get around. Can you tell us about the next bus arrival?
One of the things that will be on the info posts at every bus stop will be a bus stop ID number that identifies that unique bus stop. And you'll be able to, anyone who has a cell phone that has texting ability, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a smartphone, but has the ability to send a text and receive a text, will be able to text that bus stop ID number to a predetermined number, and they will get a text back that says what buses serve that bus stop and what times those buses will actually be there in real time, not just what's scheduled, but it will actually calculate based on GPS systems that are on the buses and tracking all of our buses when the bus will actually be there. So that's great in particularly the hot weather. It will minimize the time that you'll have to wait outside at a bus stop. You can send a text, you'll know your bus stop ID number, and be able to wait inside until just 2-3 minutes before the bus arrives.
Grab that Starbucks first and then go out to the bus stop.
And then go out to the bus stop, or if it's raining
Right.
at any time, is a really cool new feature.
That's
of our
great. It
system.
takes the uncertainty out. I think that's the worst part, waiting and never knowing when is the next bus coming. Now you know exactly when it's
It's one
coming.
of the things that is most unsettling, waiting at a bus stop and go, have I missed the bus? Was
Right.
that the last bus of the day? If you don't have a schedule with you. So we're trying to make it not only easier, but to reduce everybody's anxiety about using the bus and trying the bus.
And then we also have something called an interactive service map or system map. Can you tell me about that?
Sure. A lot of people, as they're finding out about the new bus network, they're asking about, well, where do I catch the bus? Is my bus stop one of those 94% that aren't changing, or will I have to go to a different corner? So what we have put together is a new tool that you can go online, and you can pick each individual route, and it gives you some summary information about what days does it operate, what times, how frequent the service is. But you can also zoom in to each route at the street level and see at every intersection where are the actual bus stops.
There's little circles that'll pop up on the route. I tried
So
it
you'll
out,
know,
right?
do I have to go to the northwest corner to catch my bus or the southeast corner to catch my bus? And you'll be able to click on information about is there a shelter at that stop? Is there a bench at that stop?
Oh, really? It'll tell
well.
you, or it's just a picture?
We're eventually going to link it to pictures, I believe. Again, just trying to take people's anxiety out about the new system and riding and where do I go.
And that map also shows a little tab, not just the bus stop, but it also shows like the park and ride lots.
It will show all
the HOV lanes, is that right?
It will show park and ride lots, transit center, HOV lanes. It will show the rail lines as well and where the rail stations are. We've opened 3 new rail lines in the last 18 months. So that's a big addition to our network in addition to the bus route changes. And people have a lot of information to try and synthesize and figure out. So we want to try and make it easy for people to see where do these particular routes cross one another. Where will I be getting off? Am I going to have to cross the street to get to a new bus stop, or do I get off and stay at that bus stop to transfer?
How will Metro determine whether this is successful or not?
Hopefully lots and lots of happy customers. The board adopted goal is to increase ridership by 20% 2 years after we've opened. So there are a lot of things that affect ridership over time, but we think the new network will do that over 2 years.
Now, to make this painless, the first week we roll out this new bus network, Metro is offering something to all its customers. What is that?
Yeah, we're very proud to announce that Metro will be offering free rides to all of our local bus and light rail passengers the first week. We want everybody to be able to try it. We don't want people to be worried about, gosh, I got on the wrong bus and now I'm going to have to pay again. Again, it's just trying to reduce that level of anxiety and let people try it. Take us for a test spin, tell us what you think about it. This is the first year of a 5-year plan. So there are many other improvements. There are new routes. There are going to be new shelters, bus stop improvements that will come in over time. So this is just year 1 of that.
Great. Well, Kurt, thank you so much for being with us and telling us about this.
My pleasure.
That's all for this edition of Metro Matters. Be sure to join the conversation on our blog at ridemetro.org, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. I'm Mary Sitt. Thanks for watching.